teamwork there, all pushing together, all working in unison. Now we only have one Volk player left on the garage. It's Biggie Smalls. He has to survive. He can't kill for kill right now because there are 2 mask-up players. He has to survive this. He has 10 seconds remaining. Don't peek, Biggie Smalls. Stay there. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Sled moving out. Biggie Smalls moving back to the garage. 2, 1. Wow. Absolutely incredible stuff.
Interesting play by Kev right here on the on this wall. He almost turned the corner. I don't know if he heard Mad Eyes, but he is now peeking. He's trying to see if he can see anybody on these boxes. Mad Eyes is in the perfect position. I don't think Kev can see him. Mad Eyes is just waiting. Mad Eyes lets Kev walk all the way across. Did he not see him? Centaurian now walking right. Mad Eyes takes out Centaurian. Turns it. What a play.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Danglers here. SFC Tactical using their momentum. Pwn kick on top of Stumpy, probably throwing him off. Sickness tossing a smoke. A nice grenade! Stumpy snagging 3, completely shutting down their approach.
Killinger going up to the 2nd floor. If they're not careful though, Gag's going to be able to shoot through the window. Gag's just playing a quiet game right here. Killinger is exposing himself almost slightly and taken out. That's all it takes. If a hand is barely exposed, he's going to be down and out for a counter. And he gets, oh man, Gag has put in some work.
So the stairwell. The smoke's coming in. The global camp trademark smoke penetration tactic. They're gonna get you lit. They're gonna get you buzzing. And then they're gonna come in hard. Can Phoenix hold them off to topple the top dog of the US? Thunderpods stacking up with Jizzy Pants on the corner. Out come the hand signals. And no, rejection. Not want to kiss. But Jizzy making a run for across the southern turnstiles. Smithy sitting on the corner of the L room. Fry's going in. Thunderpads rushing in. And oh, Smithy tags him with the SKS at close range. Meanwhile, Jizzy looking for a kill. Tags Officer Statham. Malno looks for Jizzy. Doesn't catch him. Jizzy moving in. And oh, straight around the corner. Jizzy not finding his target. Malno immediately falling back. And Malno looking for Otto. Jizzy takes him out though. Smithy about to look at Jizzy Pants. And Smithy does take Jizzy Pants. Otto meanwhile looking for a 3 frag on Jizzy. Not finding it 1-on-1. Oh, it's a trade versus Otto.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with the Onward VR Master League semifinals. My name is NightFiree. My co-caster here is Buxton. Buxton, how are we feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Very hot though.
Absolutely, we have our fans off. Maximum audio quality is a must in this situation. And in games lined up today.
Best players playing against the other best players. Prizes from our sponsors ProTube and VR Cover. Nice badge on the website.
This is not the invitational. Basically, the teams, the top 4 teams that are competing in the semifinals today are going to be going to the invitational. I think in about a month's time, and
2-3 weeks, I believe.
3 weeks, yeah, it's actually coming up, huh? And a tournament, if you want to consider it that. Not the championship or the semifinals or anything like that. We are still running that individually, independently, with the VR Master League. And so that's what you're going to be seeing today, the semis. And then next week, next Sunday, we have a best of 5, and it'll be the best 2 teams competing against each other.
Very exciting.
Stoked for that. Ooh. But what we have coming up is Mob Squad versus Beginners. Mob Squad doing a really good quad this season. Played very well in the group stage last week. was really fun to watch. They had a lot of. They're a very calculated team.
And as they are very slow at creating lobbies.
Yeah, so we'll be waiting here for a little bit. The beginners, on the other hand, I think they're a tried and true team. They've been around since yeah, and so they're a veteran squad. It's basically the veteran squad going up against the rookie squad. Pretty interesting to see we get some new plays, some new spots. You know, each of these teams should be pretty practiced up, and so they should be
quite pumped
for each other. Yeah, they should be pumped up and ready for each other.
Had plenty of time to watch old casts, watch old matches, so they're fully prepared for what's to come.
I think right now we are just going to be setting up our lobbies, so if you can give us a time to sort that out soon. We know we didn't do any pre-show today. I guess it was feeling a bit. I guess the pre-show was feeling a bit redundant.
Especially with how long it takes for them to make a lobby in the first place. Oh dear.
Hot in there, huh?
Starting to feel like I'm actually playing the match now. Very hot.
It's about our quality options, and I think they really need to get over it.
Yeah,
we don't have much
to get
control.
off Netflix.
Zero control over any of our quality settings, minus the default settings, which should be 1600 by 900 for both streams. And if you can't stream at that, we can't control if you have. Yeah, it's
maybe when we get
eventually
affiliate.
one day. Yeah. To determine what the resolution is, but at the moment we don't have those options, so you just kind of got to deal with what you got.
The Mob Squad and Beginners in Season 4 are only getting 1 loss each.
Really? Wow, I haven't even taken a look at their stats yet. That's pretty impressive. There's some very competitive teams in that league. It's not easy to only lose 1 match.
Only lost their first match this season against their arch rival boss fight, who were knocked out in the round robin stage. Who they lost to, I believe it was Globochem. Let's take a quick look.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Of all the teams to lose to, Globochem is definitely the strongest. Well, one of.
Yes, they lost 16-0 against Globochem at the start of the season.
Hello?
Moved it a lot since then. Oh, cut out for a second.
Cut out for a second.
We've got most of both teams in their own private lobbies. Got Beginners in a downfall operations lobby, just warming up the rain.
Do you have either of them on? Are you whispering with either of them right now?
They appear to have left the lobby now, so they're probably going to make the lobby now.
Excellent. I am in game, so I'm ready to be joining up.
Lobby's up now. I will ask one from Arsenic.
Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be getting into these matches shortly. This is a best of 3. So each team has, I think, a ban, and the home team has the pick of the map. Picks the side they spawn on, and the second map, the away team picks. That's how it goes.
I want to see what map the Beginners ban here. I reckon it's going to be Downfall. considering Mob Squad's best record with Arsenic.
That would be the smart choice. The problem is beginners are pretty good on Downfall as well, so maybe they don't want to take that out of there.
I think it's going to be Suburbia though, first map. Already got a lobby up.
He has been played a lot.
Fan of the small maps, it seems.
It's in like the group stage as well. SMC Tactical playing it. Everyone seems to be kind of gravitating towards that map. Maybe it's just has opportunity for plays that are unexpected. I'm not sure. Be interesting to see what they pull out though.
Pick people, because it's such a small map, there's only a few spots a person can really be. So it really just brings it down to a difference in personal skill for each team. They're not going to be hiding in unexpected spots, considering how few spots there are to begin with.
Very true. Yeah, I'm hopping in now as well. See if teams are kind of prepared for what I guess we'll call the SMC push, where you kind of have some aggressive play like that with smokes coming out very fast and early and lots of guys charging. I wonder if we'll see anything like that again play later today. So maybe they'll pull some stops out. We'll see.
I'd like to see beginners change up their style just for maybe a few rounds, see how they play very aggressively. Aggressive beginners is not something you see every day.
We haven't had our predictions yet, Bucks. Who do you think is going to take this first match here?
I'm not really sure I can say. It's not going to be easy for either side. I think
I'll go out
maybe beginners, maybe.
I was going to take Mob Squad anyway, so we'll split the caster desk down the middle. Yeah, it is pretty much up. It is really up in the air. It's both these teams. They're both very competitive in their own right. They're. I don't know if I've watched these two play against each other. Maybe I have. Obviously, they haven't played against each other if they've lost only one round apiece.
Yeah, and it looks like Smithy asking who's going to win. Chat response with beginners. 2 for Mob Squad. Another one from me for beginners.
Consensus. Oh, we're split then.
Match in chat and in the caster's desk.
I'm going to go ahead and link that multi again. If you are tuning in and you do want to watch 2 angles, we're not sure how well this will work out in terms of syncing up, but we are both streaming. My perspective to Master League 2 and Buxton's to 1. What you're going to want to do is when you go into that multi is mute Master League 2 stream and have Master League 1 as your main audio source. Yeah, an interesting way to kind of watch a little bit more of the action if you guys want. Working out, if it's not synced, feel free to let us know with your comments.
If there's any audio issues on the Onward Master League 1 and adjustments, hopefully nothing major. Never know. Audio can always magically just screw itself up. It looks like both teams of both sides here are ready. Suburbia lobby.
Very exciting. Okay, let's pop in and let them know we're ready to go. We should be hopping in shortly. All right, guys, we are ready to rock on you.
Let's do this.
Right, so just on smiles.
We should be hopping in, and it looks like we're going to start off here with a get your overlays off. Looks like we're going to start off here with a
Silvercar objective.
Yeah.
Good one
This
for
could be
Russia.
fast. Yeah. A lot of early smokes can come out, right in here from this alleyway right away. You can toss them up over that roof and look into the corner right on the objective. Be a pretty
Seen
devastating.
beginning to use some tactics doing the SMC smoking, smoke up the entire west side there, but only sent one guy just up to this corner of the house. So I want to see if they try and attempt that here.
We also expect potentially a very far east flank as well. These guys do like to play this one long as well.
Looks like the match is beginning. On defense.
A mob squad. See how they're stacking up early, see if they're going to go left or right. It looks like they're going to be putting... Right. Oh, yeah, they're going to stack right side. They're going to stack that west side.
And is ascending through to the west side on Volk here. Like Arsenic might have some issues pushing up this side.
Nice. This is a pretty meta defensive spread here. You put one guy right by that burning truck. It's a really good defensive spot as Volk. Hard to spot instantly, and you're kind of tucked in that corner.
Got Smiles lying by the silver car watching the east side across the entire map as well. If anyone tries to cross, I don't imagine they're going to get very far.
This is a very nice defensive spread. Do they have anyone? Yeah, they are. They're kind of forfeiting that whole west side almost. Smoils being their main one looking at it, and Peasley's just kind of watching their flank.
Very risky to hold on this objective because their run back is going to be very long if that west side collapses.
And it doesn't look like they're going to go west. They seem to be kind of shifting a little bit over towards the east more as a squad, taking it very slow.
And they came out from Mr. Zed over towards Killinger's position. Didn't have any effect though. Mornay's coming out in centre.
It's a randomized audio effect in the map.
Scary, it's very loud if you're close to that east side.
To your benefit as well.
He's actually moving out of his truck spot here, moving towards the sandbags.
Right over there, so if Killinger pops up to take a little peek, his head's going to be popped real quick.
Yeah. Actually going to nade Arsenic here. Arsenic returns nade, never mind, it was a flash. Nade takes down Mr. Zed, Arsenic rushes to Killinger, Killinger is taken down by Arsenic. That
really
is
good
survivable,
flash. Arsenic with a very good flash, right on, I mean, perfect air burst, right on top of him, pushes it very nicely, and you're right, it looks like...
The flash get him, I'm not sure I caught that there.
Oh, I caught it, and it nailed him perfectly. Arsenic pushed very nicely to tag him. He was 100% flashed.
Wow.
Yeah, really nice plays.
This gets revived by, let's see who that was. Semper in the back, watching for flankers.
And they are doing that west approach still. They have dropping off, maybe keeping one over there. It kind of looks like they don't know what they want to do. Maybe they're just kind of probing around, seeing what they can get.
That's always my reaction with the Gidders. I'm never quite sure what to do. That's failed his grenade on Kentai's position. Whoa. On the east side, a member of Mob Squad does get taken down. See who that was. SW House, taken down by Peasley.
Woods was taking shots over there as well.
Nice crossfire action. I think nades the Humvee, I believe. No effect. Lots of nades popping off. Might get caught by Smalls. Smalls gets taken up by Arsenic through the smoke. Headshot. Very nice.
Woods.
Under the Humvee now. Go ahead, what were you saying?
Woods is totally smoked out here. He has no vision on his left side or his right. He basically only has that one lane to watch. He might be able to catch Arsenic, though.
Arsenic, if he decides to pre-fire that, rush straight across. Our Semper's actually going for the cap here, laying down with his tablet out. Guys, never mind, he gets taken down by Woods. Woods is also refragged by Arsenic. 2v3 now. Semper's
waiting for that.
still sitting all the way at the back of the map. Not sure about that move.
I try and do another prone attempt.
Oh, Arsenic J's with Woods. 2v2 now, all up to Mr. Zed and Semper.
Peasley. Woods had gotten picked earlier. Spot. Both of them.
Oh,
dead now.
Peasley must have rotated then. Didn't catch that.
Yeah, he did. I'm gonna pinch Kensai now. For him.
Oh, he's getting very antsy, keeping his head on a 180-degree swivel.
There's
And
footsteps on his
clips.
left and right.
Like he might be getting rushed in a second here. Like I said, Poopshoe getting taken down by Kensai. Kensai trading with him though. Very
Last
nice.
man standing. That was a Mob Squad. Actually, a nice Marsoc W on Suburbia. Those are hard to come by, relatively speaking, in my opinion. But maybe not. We'll see how these maps play out.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I should drag up the overlay. I know Woods is very against me using the overlay just in case an accident happens. Luckily the round starts,
Yeah.
so I won't need to.
Yeah, hopefully the rounds are fast enough where we don't need to pull that up. Maybe if we get into a pause situation. But yeah, let's just... between maps, I think. Obviously, but... so we don't have the mistakes happen again. Active. And they're going to approach hard from the west side. Oh, actually, no, they're not. They're going to wrap around east. Only sending Peasley west.
The guy Semper and Poopshoe taking up that spawn house while the rest of the team takes center. Standard defense for the tank objective. NightFiree, you've got some, they're hearing you twice on your stream, just to let you know.
Voice, huh? That's interesting.
Geeker.
Okay. That should be fixed now.
Really snaking up this west side. They'll be seen through that window.
On the opposite end. Both sides of the team moving in nicely.
Guy staying back looking for that flanker though. No mob squad's an American team and they are quite a lot more aggressive than most of the European teams. Want to try and be careful, they can't let a single flanker ruin their defense.
Suppressive shots on second story, I believe.
Likely Beginners is a huge fan of suppressive fire. Many of them just hear constant shots hitting windows nearby. Down easily if you aren't too careful.
The group stage was that suppressive fire and noise suppression definitely give you a big advantage in this game.
Knowledge on whether or not someone is moving up behind you is big knowledge.
Noise suppression from coming from who is that? Smoils over there at the LMG.
It looks like he's sprang into the courtyard and over towards the windows at spawn house. Not the courtyard, rather the playground.
I even see inside the house, just that spray of fire kind of caused a lot of movement inside the middle house.
Luckily going to try and rush it. He gets taken down by a teammate. Peasley kills Killinger.
He's in there. Kill Killinger.
Side wasn't Kent's side looking for it.
Kensai might get naded again by Sed. Kensai gets taken down by Sed's nade. Woods also taken down by, I think that was Arsenic. On the outside of the house. No, it wasn't. It was SDB house. By Reservoir
And we're just going down on both sides. I think this is a 2v2 now. 3v2 actually it's looking like. They have two on the other side there. Poopachu getting smoked now. Arsenic with a bad grenade.
Peasley gets the res on Kensai. Peasley's keen killed by Smoils. And he gets rezzed. Arsenic tries to rush him. Gets taken down.
They're very lucky Kensai was looking right there. That was the right move from Arsenic. He had 3 in that corner if he just rounded and fired.
A little bit of pre-firing there would have gone a very, very long way indeed. Ash is coming out of a playground from Poopchu. He's been quite aggressive here, especially for a 2v3 scenario.
2 dead, 2 enemies confirmed dead.
Taking the middle building, I think he's nervous. They might have tried to wrap around from the playground side and did a cap on the tank there.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was falling back. Probably going to try and go for a playground.
You have time.
Falling
He's
back
actually
very far. You might
What's
try and
going
catch the
on
guy in
there?
the windows, actually. Because there's a sight line all the way from our Semper's position over towards the black car area. Appears to not be doing that. Not sure what he was going on that far then. Going back that far for then.
I can't find an angle back there.
I thought he was going to go towards the black car, but no.
Hey. Uh-oh, do we have a disconnect on Mob Squad side? Maybe someone just exited and left after they died.
I believe that was Arsenic, yeah. Probably had some technical difficulties after he died. And so I was going for a nade. Hails. I was
Pooped you
looking
there.
snake. And it very slow as usual. Keeping
25
their
left.
style strong.
Minute 15 now, so plenty of time to... I think this was kind of reminiscent of the group stage. A lot of last minute, literally, plays coming out of these guys.
Well, coming up from our Semp that was, dropping it directly outside. Kensai going to centre our second floor. Might try and get a pick on our Semper. Poopchu might take down Peasley. Poopchu takes down Peasley. Semper tries to steal his kill, but he fails.
Info, they know where Poop is and they know where Semper is.
Well, sees Poopchu takes him down. It's all up to our Semper now. They could go for a cap here. Our Semper's going to start moving down towards the objective. He's going to get taken down by Smiles just outside. Never mind, Smiles and our Semper trade.
Second win for Marsoc on Suburbia, back-to-back for Marsoc.
Like more Volk wins, but no. Marsoc wins.
This is good stuff. I think this is a good sign of that we're gonna have some very competitive rounds for the next couple of maps here, next couple of matches.
Actually, since we've still got another best of 3 just after this match.
Get Marsoc W's on this map.
Now let's just quickly flash the overlay.
Out of all the maps, Suburbia might actually be one of the easier ones to get a Marsoc victory because it's so tight, I guess. Team wipes on Marsoc a little bit easier on Suburbia.
Scores so far at the minute. Team member really pulling ahead with the kills, all a nice team effort.
Nick was at before he left.
I believe he was at the same 1 or 2 kills. And only 1 death from the previous, this round rather. Right, we are beginning. It'll be a garage objective this time. In his on defense.
Objectives, I'd say this is probably the easiest to defend on Suburbia. You can situate your guys pretty nicely back in that on the back side of this of the garage building, and it's just you get behind this building if you put 1 or 2 guys on the either side. I don't think they're doing that. They're going to stack up the middle building instead with 3.
Guy lying down, killing trash. He goes for a spray and takes down STB House right at the very start of the round. 10 seconds in. Fantastic spray from Killinger. Always something to be careful of on this round. On this map, rather.
I not getting rezzed either. That's a very nice pick for beginners. But they have no idea they got that, so they're playing like it's still 5v5.
It's best to be cautious. If you're not sure if you got a kill.
I literally came through the wood. So... And shots out, hope I tag somebody, and then I'll come back in and defend.
I believe there is an angle where you can shoot from the left, from the spawn that Mob Squad spawned this round, just over towards the left side of the spawn house. Not sure what that angle is, but it's really, really annoying when someone does catch you out with it. Then cautious now that they lost their guys. They lost the SW house rather, not their guys, only one guy. It's not that bleak yet.
I like this position out of Smoils here, just kind of taking a look at it. Especially on this objective, you want to defend that far west push where they're going to come up along the barbed wire. And Smoils is covering that angle through a bush. It's like a slice of an angle. But he'll see him make that move if he does.
Power of proning Smoils finds all these sneaky spots.
Position there.
He's a single pixel moving. He's going to try and shoot that. Stops. Shots coming out on the west side over towards our Semper. Don't connect. Woods fails a grenade and almost grenades himself. Woods nade does take down Kensai.
Oh no, that's not what you want. A res though, right back in there.
Lots of team kills this map.
It's oddly been a trend for the competitive rounds. I think it could be nerves. I really do.
As well, we saw it all the time in the group stages.
Right.
Several times already in the semi-finals.
Have a little rotation here. They're almost abandoning that west side. Smoils' angle not going to do a whole lot for that team.
And it's not really caring how much they speak. Mob Squad's staying nice and quiet behind the house while beginners just chatting away.
Well, it's a kind of it's a difference in styles, I suppose. Kind of a Pants style is from Global Chem, who's very vocal. He doesn't care if you can hear him. He's more concerned about his teammates knowing locations than the enemy knowing his.
Good for your team, not good for you.
Yeah, I think in this case, in this case you kind of know they're in that building, so you're pretty safe to be talking if you're inside that center building.
They're gonna know you're moving behind that center house.
Right.
So not talking much is really not going to be that big of a boon. And Arctic maybe going to try and move in here.
Approach that Sed's making. If they go straight from that garage up to the tank, they might have a good angle.
I'll have to tangle with Peasley and Smoils though. Arsenic might try to take down Woods here. He peeks around the corner and takes down Woods. Powerful prone position.
Very nice angle from Arsenic.
Peasley and Mr. Zed right on top of each other. Peasley taken down by Mr. Zed. Smalls returns fire, takes down Mr. Zed.
Smoils should be able to spot Poopachu, but I don't think he did.
Nate comes out on Smoils, takes him down. Not sure who that was from though.
Very nice air burst. I think that was Semper, tossed it over the APC.
I believe so. Arsenic's trying to get more kills down through these stairs. He's playing a risky game. Flash comes out. Flash is killing you. Arsenic goes down, takes down Kensai. He rushes, trying to take down Killinger, takes down Killinger in a trade.
Oh. Arsenic with an absolute beast play right there, flashing up into that building.
Wasted no time there with that flash.
Well, he gave it 2 seconds because they were pre-firing the crap out of those stairs. They had both guys dumping rounds there because they were both, but that also indicates you're flashed. And so once those rounds were out, that's when Arsenic moved, and it was just great timing on his part. Really savvy maneuver out of him.
Yeah, it's always a dilemma when I get flashed. Do I try and just pre-fire, hope I can take him down, or I just make him think I'm not flashed by just holding my fire?
Yeah, it's it's a total gamble. Or do you hold your fire and then shoot, trying to catch him off guard? Yeah, it's really good flashes. I think both flashes coming from Arsenic, if I'm not mistaken. He had the other one over on that corner, didn't he?
I believe so, yeah.
With those flashbangs.
Very nicely here. Liking it. I think this is the first
you gotta remember
us beginners match.
That's what I was thinking as well when we started here. And you got to remember that beginners are a veteran squad here. So for Mob Squad to be putting up they're playing, it's very refreshing.
As begun, it's going to be a burning. They might try and rush this here, but it's beginners on the fence, and it's a bad spawn, so I don't imagine they will.
At West Spawn, you can see some real crazy stuff happen here. Lots of early smokes and people crashing along that street past school bus, but won't be seeing that.
You're a tank watching left side, and somebody's watching your right side.
I want to see what Mob Squad does defensive-wise. This is kind of a hard objective to have a really strong defensive spread.
Like they're focusing on the objective as you normally would for this objective. A member of Mob Squad already getting taken down by Smoils through the bush. Semper down immediately. Lots of flashes coming out on the east side. Playing aggressive. That pre-fire from Smoils?
Smoils, I think, said tossed a very nice grenade and tagged Smoils there.
Oh wow, yeah. That is a hell of a grenade.
Look at that. Been a dud from Smoils.
In a revenge nade from Semper though, maybe. I think he was holding his gun while he pushed up there. And pushing out into the open like that, very risky move if you're not planning to pre-nade it.
These guys beginners playing very slow as well. I mean, look at the spread. It's like they're defending the objective on Volk right now.
I think might try and take down Kenzo here. Bush, peeking out his head over the red car. Can't be certain. Maybe not. Smoke's still not being rezzed.
This is going to be slow played.
The downsides of casting beginners matches. High octane plays, but they take 5 years to actually start.
Yeah, I think we've been moving pretty fast though in beginners defensive beginners though, and maybe going back to their more comfortable strategy here of playing a little bit slower.
Just pre-firing up on the playground. Perfect though, just going through it mildly through that bush.
Just had a really nice nade on wood.
Wow, very nice nade on Mob Squad side here. Poop shoot downed. I'm not sure whose nade that was. I believe that's friendly nade.
Let's see, where did Poop shoot get down?
long.
No, that was from not from Smoils. Throw that from Woods. He underhanded that thing and airburst it.
Oh, did he throw that? My god.
He hucked it.
That's halfway across the map. Over a house. He's doing it again with a smoke landing directly on top of Poopachu.
I mean, that was him. He threw that in the crack right there.
Interrogate him about that later. I want to try and replicate that.
It's the underhand strategy. You definitely get more leverage with a flick of the wrist from going underhand with grenades.
Tried out in the shooting range. Shots coming out from Arsenic over towards the east side. No connections though. Mr. Said looking for Woods in that window.
It's a really good spot there defensively by School Bus. You can pretty much like peek out and cover, be very, put fire on the entire lane that they have to cross.
Wood's actually getting taken down by Mr. Zed through the window. Arsenic also gets the advantage of being tall enough to see through those bus windows. Never expect someone to shoot you through them.
Thing too is they had been watching that window for 2 minutes and not seen anything.
Wow, very nice nade from Kenton to Arsenic. He's downed. You know, moving about just earlier, or shots. Try and finish him off.
Man, these guys still on their spawn lane.
Steve Smalls actually bled out on the west side. He never got revived. Instead, playing very aggressive, trying to put some fire down the red car. Killinger returns fire though. He actually takes him down. All up to Poopachu and Mr. Zed now, not Mr. Zed. It's just Poopachu. It's all him.
From Arsenic though.
I don't think he'll be able to get the res though. Wow! Very nice blind fire through the bushes, headshot in Poopachu.
Kind of unfortunate almost for Mob Squad. They were in a position there, or beginners rather, they were in a position there where they could have had a few nicely placed smokes and gotten a cap. You don't run into 3-to-1 advantages very often, so.
I think Poopachu might have just sat directly on top of the objective. There's no way he'd let them cap.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And another only Marsoc wins so far. I don't think Volk's won a defensive point yet.
No, they haven't. It looks like who's that reconnecting? Poopachu having technical issues.
The polar opposite.
Polar opposite of what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the new meta.
We're evolving.
Yeah, evolving from the Volk wins rounds. Marsoc wins rounds.
I be a future predictor, or whatever they're called. But what I always really wanted to see out of the competitive league, like lots of grenades and flashes, and like, you know, like you're pushing corners fast and aggressively, and tactical spots and good. It's just the league has evolved so much that maybe we are getting to a point. You're right, where the
I just start shifting.
Yeah.
Where it's going to be in another year, coming this far already.
I mean, the game is going to change so drastically in terms of positioning and where you're hiding with the new update. It's going to change so much.
I see Smalls lying down in shadows, I imagine. Lying down in shadows.
Also, a note on that, on the new update. I know a lot of people have been saying the lighting seems a bit dark in some places, etc., etc. I believe that it's very much a work in progress. We'll be making more adjustments to the lighting in the future, so.
I know Suburbia does feel like it's a bit post-apocalyptic.
App kind of does. It feels a bit grungy almost, like you're just in, like you have like overcast on the day.
Dark overcast. 4 PM overcast.
Yeah.
Rainy as well.
We'll be getting some tweaks there, and I'm looking forward to what we get with the next season. Should be a lot of fun.
Still taking his time to reconnect her.
Done probably 10 laps around Suburbia. Suburbia Grand Prix here.
Take a look at a clip here. Flashbang clip.
All up. I'm gonna take it's time to grab some water.
Right. Don't have any way to let you see the clip with me, unfortunately. Just commentate over it.
We need to get Gatorade as a sponsor for our league.
Might be able to next season.
I mean, Onward is a hard game to play, and it makes you sweat. You need to replenish your electrolytes.
Arsenics are making me sweat right now. 29.7 Celsius.
It's like a foreign language to me.
Yeah, well that isn't Fahrenheit. 86.
Fire in there?
Yeah, very unpleasant in there.
Waiting on another here.
Very nice flash from Arsky. He threw it directly through the gap in the banisters, just straight up into the far side of the building. Waited for it to detonate. It very luckily got Kentai as he moved to the corner. Waited for the pre-firing to stop, then he rushed up, took down Kensai, and traded with Killinger as he came around the corner outside of the building. Meanwhile, the rest of his team was enclosing around the spawn house.
I'd say, I mean, this is a very common technique you'll see out of like veteran players. They'll throw that grenade up that little crack into the stairs, but to get the nade positioned effectively is not easy. Like, you have to toss it of the crack and angle it almost so that it hits the top of the ceiling and then doesn't drop back down on top of you, and instead lands up there. You don't want it to be around the corner. You want to make sure you can get, so it
takes a lot of practice.
Properly. Yeah, correct.
Woods' brother saying that fantastic grenade and smoke coming out from the other Woods brother last round, I believe. Lots of practice on throwing those grenades. That house, very useful innately to learn, I believe. I imagine, rather. Caved and turned on my fan, so I'll have to enjoy the very mild amount of background noise.
I don't even think I hear it right now, so you're fine on my end.
Good. Hopefully the stream doesn't hear it as well.
Yeah, I'm curious what the map bans are. So I'm wondering what our next map's going to be, what we can be looking forward to.
I think we're going to see some Bizarre a lot.
You think we're going to see Bizarre? I think we're going to probably see both. Bizarre and Quarantine, I would be willing to guess. I imagine people banning Tanker.
Oh yeah, definitely. They don't want any danglers to come out. Destroy them on a map they haven't practiced.
What do you think the other maps that got banned then?
Subway.
Downfall 2? Boy.
Yeah. Downfall 2 is currently banned on 1.10, isn't it?
I was just thinking that as I said it.
Oh. Right, it's like Poopachu has finally rejoined. Still on the rounds.
We're getting in, finally. Thanks for waiting, everybody. If you are just tuning in, this is the first map of the Onward Master League semis. And we're getting right into our 4th round.
5th round, actually.
Sorry, it's been
We've already had
1 point
four
apiece
rounds.
for each squad. Correct.
Was saying I'm setting a new standard for the use of the overlay. Now he's messaged me. I have a taskbar permanently stuck, which is very annoying. Killjoy tries to pre-fire STB House again, like he did 2 rounds ago. It didn't work.
We haven't seen the same approach from these guys yet. They've been kind of doing something a little bit different each time, and this time they've kind of pushed up pretty hard on this east side or west side.
Yeah, they want to try. They want to throw a bunch of balls out, see what roll the furthest.
It's a bad overhand nade. I think he wanted to go over the APC into the garage, and instead
he did
threw it
underhand
at
again.
the APC.
Ineffective. has to be house, not practice those nades like Woods has clearly.
Well, it's also, I think the airburst is really important these days, especially competitive. It just seems the airburst grenades do a lot more. They're a lot more effective.
If I remember correctly, it was something about the line of sight to the heads rather than the body. Would make sense.
I've never thought about that, actually. So depending on...
Still can't believe Arsenic's height here. Take a look at camera 1. He can look from the bush all the way over towards tank from safety. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, that is a very good angle. Real life height to your advantage, you know.
We all believe he's just wearing stilts though. He's trying to really, if someone was sitting on that porch though, he would have taken him down. Smalls was in his old position. That nade would have got him. In his brand new position by the chair.
Yeah, that's a research grenade right there. That's something that they remembered from during the group stage, because that was a very common position over the group stage, right where Smoils is. Someone out there, that chair is impenetrable. So you're basically.
I imagine in the future we're going to see people coming round and shooting through the fence here. You get nice safety from the bush as long as no one's looking through the windows, peeking over the bushes at spawn house. You'll be able to catch the guy at chair. Shots come out from woods over to this to be house. They don't connect. Well, they do, but he doesn't get taken down.
And I think.
Smalls nades himself.
Oh,
Almost
did he?
gets
I thought that was
killed.
going to be coming out, but now here the smokes come. The playground.
Arsenal's going to try and take down Peasley in that spawn house, then just completely envelop the tank objective. They got some smokes up on the roof there. They could do some serious damage. Looks like Wiz does take down a member of Mob Squads. Has to be house.
Up this building.
Smoil's taken down by Arsenic. Managed to prone across without Smoils seeing him. Smoils must have been distracted on the west side.
If Poopachu can make a move up to that barbed wire fence and push that wall,
Can have a seriously effective angle of attack for the center house. He could actually take down Peasley here, but he doesn't know he's there. Now he does. Peasley takes some shots over towards Poopachu and takes him down. While Semper rushes up, takes down Killinger. Woods refrags him though. It said smoke send house objective. They might be trying to go for a cap here. All up to Mr. Zed now. Arsenic unfortunately traded with Peasley. Woods rushes out. Woods taken out by Mr. Zed. Marsoc win again.
you know, I think that's beginners almost kind of tossing that one. If he had just stayed up there in that second story, he was perfect. You know, there was to come down to that bottom floor and try and get that trade.
I guess he didn't know that Arsenic and Poopachu were both dead. Scared.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe. Yeah, he was. Start to lose guys like that, you don't know that you've lost the angle of coverage and that somebody can now make their move up that front porch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Smoils was dead too. Maybe he thought that was Smoils. Who knows? But either way, another frickin' Marsoc win.
Yeah. I want to see this go 3-3. I want to see if it holds true the entire match, leading to Mobshot to win. Or beginners will take the map with a first Volk win.
We saw it's a risky defensive strategy from beginners there. To be putting 4 inside that building. I mean, that's how my team lost in the wild card. We had 3 in that building, and one lucky nade caught all 3 of them. The entire coverage inside that building, so it's pretty risky to stack. downstairs outside of the building, so he's pretty free from a grenade, but
once they hear all those guys go down from the nade, they'll probably rush up for the res and just get taken down. Well, the round's beginning.
here we go.
Big flash of the overlay again.
Really good start to these to the semifinals so far.
Pick off the spawn house people here.
We need 3 hours for these matches, man. We're gonna be going the distance in all of them, I'm willing to bet.
Don't shoot at him yet, you fanny!
Killinger very angry that Peasley very angry that Killinger shot at the start of the match, giving away their spawn. They shot during the countdown as well, that, so it had no effect. Peasley very unhappy.
I don't know why you would do that.
He must have believed the countdown was over. Woods and Smalls doing the same approach they did on previous Marsop rounds, approaching from the west side.
That pre-fire would have been devastating if they didn't do that early.
Yeah, that would have definitely caught out Arsenic. Saw him moving up on that east side while he was trying to go to the centre house.
Very unfortunate. Playing this one slow because this is, if they lose this one there, they lost the map, so they're not gonna be going for anything too aggressive. And pretty defensively. This is the way I think you should play the objective. Have at least 3 on this side of the street.
Yeah, it looks like they've got to focus on the east side as well. 2 of their guys stacking on the east side of the house, with only one watching the outside of centre and the left, the west.
A lot of sight over here where Smoils is starting to move. I guess Semper is covering it, but
Moores goes to pre-fire the window that Arsenic is assisting in. They don't connect though. It would be silly for Arsenic to pick that window, but he goes to try and nade Smiles. If he'd done that a second earlier, that might have caught him.
to throw a grenade out that window, I'm just impressed he's able to even get it out of the window.
Yeah, I learned the hard way that you can't hold it, put your arm out the window, then throw it. It'll just get stuck in your hands.
I was just gonna say, I wonder if you could do that.
Austin goes to nade. Woods airburst takes down 2. Killinger and Woods downed. Nice nade from Arsenic. Must have been Mr. Sed's nade that was initially thrown out the window then. Free fire coming out on Arsenic again from Smoils. Smoils actually gets taken down by Arsenic, or possibly Mr. Sed through the bush, I'm not quite certain.
Grenade, if they could have pushed on that grenade, they could have just wiped beginners right here in the middle, but 2 getting resurrections and it's the 4v5.
Does mean if they get a single bullet, they're going to go down like a sack of bricks and not get up. Not going to be any more reses coming out for Killinger and Woods. Another nade coming out from Poopshoe, I believe. Smoke coming to block the angle. Killinger goes into centre house, going to try and pre-fire. Gets taken out by Mr. Seds. And so tries to get a refrag. Fortunately, doesn't work out. Isn't looking good for beginners.
Yeah, Peasley's looking for some action. Second story.
Only a 3v, actually a 3v5. Minimum some obstacles downed. Instead, playing aggressive, trying to push out this side here. This said might get taken up by Woods. Never mind, he fails. And one he's taken down. Restful though. Woods gets the kill through the smoke. Arsenic rushes downstairs. Might try and go for the res. I'm surprised they're not covering it, making sure he doesn't. Woods is actually taken by Arsenic. Arsenic tries to go for a flank on Kensai. He decides to double back. And then comes out, almost gets Arsenic.
Kensai and Arsenic dancing around each other right now.
Zed gets the Arsenic gets the res on Zed. They almost get both taken out by Kensai if he just peeked that corner.
Vicious.
Kensai's moving this west side now, Peasley moving along the east. The house fires at Peasley. Peasley fires back. No shots connecting. Mr. Zed goes for the flank on Peasley. Peasley's taken up by Mr. Zed. It's all up to Kensai. They may lose this map here. 45 seconds left. Nobody sees Kensai
right
walking across the road. Arsenic sees him, takes down Kensai.
Holy shit.
Almost gets the entire way across the roads.
I mean, if he had sprinted, I legitimately don't think anyone was looking at him, and he might have been able to get inside objective.
I think so too. Wow.
Well, a nice win from Mob Squad. Holy cow, their first W
Yeah.
and the first Volk win of the day.
Oh,
Very nicely done.
it's like the initial shots coming from Killinger might have turned the tide of the match there. They just waited a second longer. That pick at the very start could have been
Yeah.
so valuable.
You're absolutely right, man. That was the one. Obviously remaking.
I escort. While we
We're doing competitive escort, huh, everybody?
while we wait for a lobby to be remade, I'll just be back in a minute. Send you to the title cards.
That's a good idea. Would you guys remake already? If you're just tuning in, be sure to head on over to the Onward Discord where you can get involved in the Onward Master League. With all sorts of different teams and become a substitute player. Head over to vrmasterleague.com to see what sort of other competitive VR esports are starting up now. If you're just tuning in, be sure to follow the channel. This channel will have all sorts of exciting Onward Master League gameplay, commentary,
But they're still.
for years to come.
Looks like they're still deciding
I'm doing a
about.
pitch, Buxton. You can't come in here in the middle of my pitch.
I don't know what you were talking about. You're talking about just random words, piecing them together. As I put my headset back on.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was saying random words. Mary.
Really wanting to pick their map here. I think
I
they're
didn't
very,
even think
very.
that's what they're doing.
Let's see if they're saying anything. Stop in chat for a minute. Oh, completely silent on both sides. Maybe not.
Oh, you guys want us to pick it?
Do we have to accept that though?
Yeah, that's how it works. You either pick a map or you pick Volk.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
two
it's
options you
part of
have.
the
We pick
rules.
Volk, you choose the map.
Looks like beginners are actually going to choose Volk. And Mob Squad are going to take their
mean,
side.
Yeah, as
Take
the
map,
away
rather.
team, it's this team. It's not a bad choice, you know.
We're going to be silently deciding in team chat then.
We could just take a. Well, you already took a.
2-minute break.
You took a break. Yeah, we could just take a quick.
I'll take.
quick
I'll put the league ad on. Nice half-time intermission. Well, 1/3 intermission. So I'll throw you over to that league, Ed, and we will see you in a minute.
Looking to get into competitive virtual reality gaming? Register and compete for free at vrmasterleague.com. Join hundreds of community members in the official Discord, where you can find a team, discuss a game, and more. Every week, teams from across the globe play for the chance to participate in the end-of-season championship tournament for prizes from league sponsors, ProTube VR, and VR Cover. Think you got what it takes? Join VR Master League and find out.
Sickness getting dangerously close to objective, though. He is going for the plant.
Operator taking shots. They know he's back by the objective room.
Kino's has no idea if Beasley managed to get past him. It's going to be a 3v3 for beginners.
But this is catastrophic for Raphael, right?
Soul defended it to the map.
God, look at this.
Kills on him.
He did it! I didn't even see it!
He's getting greedy. Is he gonna get it? He gets it! He gets the knife!
A grenade returning for Sir Al, and Sir Al is down! That's how you throw a grenade.
You hear someone here?
He hears Scooby. He hears Scooby. He got Scooby. Another one coming.
Gets one,
Operator.
gets
He
two.
got operator.
Oh!
That was too close.
Oh my gosh.
Teamwork, they're all pushing together, all working in unison. Now we only have one Volk player left on the garage. It's Biggie Smalls. He has to survive. He can't.
Alright, we are hosting finally now. Moscow have decided what map they're going to choose.
What is that? Okay. Pop out to the main menu here.
Looks like they have failed to make it a competitive lobby though, so I will just tell them that. I have PD on my friends list.
It is a bit of a struggle.
I don't mind, Arsenic's got his lobby up now. Same password as previous. Alright, second map is going to be Bazaar, as we initially predicted. Imagine the third's got to be Quarantine then.
Yep, that's what I'm going to put my money on. I put my money on. This is going to be fun though, Bazaar. All sorts of unique strats you can pull out of your hat for this map.
Some long range, it's got a lot of short range. Medium range, it's a fantastic map. My favourite map.
This one, yeah, I'd say this one overtook Quarantine for me. Quarantine used to be my favorite because I felt like just for those reasons, it had a lot of long range, mid range, and short range action evenly dispersed throughout it.
We're going to start with the centre objective, most dangerous objective for this map.
We'll see.
Some cameras.
I'll guess right now we're going to see a meta defense. Oh, let me get my teams organized as well here. Do we have
What squad's on attack?
Marsoc? Yeah. Excellent.
Waiting on Poopchew to ready up.
Yeah, I expect to see a meta defense here, and by that I mean you abandon your east side here, your the right side of the map, and you kind of stack up in an L formation, utilizing these buildings as cover. Your small courtyard here on the west side, and for them to try and come around north, northeast. Defensive strategy we've seen come out from teams.
I find that beginners
good one.
always loves to attack the east side. They almost never come in from the west or the south. They just hammer you from the east side and slip one or two guys through the centre market. Not the south, the north rather. So it's always from that southeast side.
Southeast spawn though, right? Because if you can also spawn southwest.
Even
This
with that
objective.
spawn, they always tend to come around the east side. They must have practiced that east side, but not the other attacks, the other attack directions. Oh, the round's starting.
So, very excited.
Very good.
Low spawn. If they had gotten this fast spawn, you can really crash across the street and be there in a heartbeat on that east side.
Maybe that's what they're going to try and do. Looks like STB House and Arsemper are going to go towards the west and east respectively, while the main team are going to push up the centre.
All courtyard area first, try and take that over.
Early shots coming out from, I believe that's Killinger doing the pre-firing. From the north objective, second floor. No, it's Peasley, not Killinger.
And here's kind of an interesting defense almost. Yeah, something I haven't really seen. They got 3 stacked up pretty heavy and really close to each other over on this corner of the objective. I mean, they are not going far from the objective.
Yeah. Peasley in the second floor, Kentai watching the back left, Woods watching the back right, while Smoils is just alone lying down here watching the east sides. Very nice angle here. Let's get into his vision. There he is.
To go into objective to run into any of those guys.
I think he might have cut
Like, they're
out
not
there.
looking for pick angles. Yeah, they're not pick angles, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're wanting to make sure there's no caps and try and catch them as they move in. I think you could be in a dangerous position here. It's very common. They might try and pre-nade that. All within shouting distance of each other. All members of beginners.
Or no radio necessary, rather.
All up to Smalls with the radios. It looks like the Smalls isn't going to have any contact. They're all going up the west side. I was trying to look for anyone in those doorways. Seemed like he saw anyone though.
Sed should be able to hear Killinger here.
Makes noise definitely, but if Mr. Sed hears him, if he doesn't have a grenade, is he going to be able to take him down, or is he just going to wait on him? Maybe wait for Killinger to get antsy and peek and draw him out.
Surprised they haven't had any other faster movements on the east side yet.
I was actually looking through the gap where Killinger is. Killinger moves out, will actually get taken down by Arsenic. Smoke's coming towards south centre market.
Gave up his position. I think he was worried about Arsenic.
Killinger definitely heard Arsenic there though. Might have heard Mr. Sed as well. Killinger has been very careful not to step in this gap line of sight here. It's coming out from Arsenic over towards Peasley. Peasley's actually taken down by Arsenic. And there comes out from Mr. Sed. Takes down Killinger with the grenades. Finished off as well.
Yikes, here comes the push.
And so I heard Mr. Sed rush upstairs. He's going to try and watch the stairs maybe. Nope. He's just going to wait for him to come down. They do not want a cap here. One goes doubled back to the east side. The north is completely exposed. if they're not careful.
Interesting. Where's the...
Arsenic being very aggressive here on camera 1, right next to Kensai. Very silent, tablet in hand. Arsenic tries to peek out and go for the cab. It's taken down by Kensai. Mr. Said rushes in, takes down Kensai. Woods takes down Kensai. Not Woods. Mr. Said rather. Destiny House takes down Smiles. Woods taken down by Semper. Poopchu rather. Well, that was action-packed.
Another Marsoc victory, dude. Absolutely insane. Tons of Marsoc wins coming out today. Yeah, I think it's the way the meta is evolving. Teams are getting better with their plays, right? It's becoming harder to defend. It's a coordinated Marsoc effort. Maybe that's what we're seeing here. I'm not sure.
It seems that the meta is shifting away from the Volk win if both teams are relatively evenly matched.
Also be teams trying out new defensive setups, so
possibly. Alright, second round beginning. Me a west objective this time. See what Mob Squad are thinking about this.
I'm gonna watch from over here at the pallets. If somebody wants to come with me, who normally watches north?
Like Arsen's going to be watching that north side with his patented, very sturdy arms.
Squad has such good shots, dude. I don't know how they do that. They like 2 guys use ACOGs on their team. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it must have taken such an enormous amount of practice, as well as probably some inherent natural advantage just to having steady arms. They are definitely some of the best shots in the entire game.
I'm not going to push west until something...
I'm mistaken in that one of them is a... Are they on the ProTube? Like, are they part of the ProTube group?
Yeah, ProTube group.
On Hot Squad?
Yeah, right
I think Arsenic has a ProTube. I believe he does.
Guys, I believe both the dudes that use the ACOGs have ProTubes.
They probably might have mag tubes after this is ended. Finals on June 3rd. If they make it.
Dude, I want to buy one of those.
I've already bought one. I bought it day 1. I think they're sold out now though. Having to wait for the next batch of dev kits.
I'm not going to the west wall.
Man.
Alright.
Yeah, your noise gate is still a bit off, Night. You're cutting out.
Trying to make it so that you wouldn't hear my keyboards, but screw it. I just want one. I want to cut out.
The way east across, like, oh no, 'cause if you cross Central Road though...
Let me know if it keeps happening. We should be good now.
The good thing with this one is if we get it...
Again, it's actually taken very slow. Kensai having a full conversation. Sandstorm rolls in.
The last time you'll see this in competitive gameplay.
No, last time we picked June 3rd. That's it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
No more sandstorms in comp. Both a blessing and a curse, really.
Yeah, they add for a little variety in the gameplay. This kind of gives some opportunities that you don't normally have to Marsoc. But really, is that something they need at this point?
You're holding a really tight angle. I'm not sure if you can see anything in this sandstorm. Watching the west road, you might just barely be able to see that silver car there, or rather white car.
They have a slow play from the beginners here. It's almost like it seems like they've been a bit unsure about their movements. Maybe it's just the way they play. They're kind of very protective the first few minutes, and then they finally make their moves. But
tend to always try and just get some picks.
A coordinated effort.
Everything.
Push here.
Remember, it's actually going all the way along the east side. It's Killinger. Trying to get to the north wall, maybe. Look at the very, very long route. Killinger looks says he's going for the 2-story. Still taking it very slow. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes left. Still 0 shots coming out. Yeah, first
2
person
minutes
views
left.
are rough. Stare at the gun half the time.
Yeah. Right, you don't even really get to see down the sights very often. Maybe for maybe do it at the beginning of rounds, because then you can kind of hear the team talking as they move out. But after that, I don't like during the angles and stuff.
Would be nice if there was a way like to detect that their gun was up, and you could switch to a camera directly in front of the site instead.
An auto mod. We need like an
Shaky
auto
as well.
spectator mode. That's another discussion. Gonna start happening now. 1:30. The sandstorm's in. The smokes are coming out.
Right, I'm surprised beginners were so slow, even with the sandstorm.
Pretty solid defensive spread from Mob Squad too.
It's a very nice smokes blocking the entirety of the West Street. Well, so the centre market nade coming out from SW House doesn't connect with anyone. That might get pushed here by Killinger. Killinger pushes out, he's going to get taken down. Remember, of beginners, guys go down the north road from Arsenic. Mr. Woods teams kills Killinger as well as taking down Mr. Seds. Lots of team kills. Lots and lots of team kills. 30 seconds left.
That's what happens in sandstorms.
30 seconds and the objective is still covered. Smoyle's taken down by Pupichu. 20 seconds, Kensai moving up towards the objective. He's going to get caught by SW House. SW House doesn't see him, never mind, he does. A Volk win, again, from Mob Squad.
Putting up a really nice showing today. That wasn't a... done so much with that. They had all 5 alive, and they were actually all kind of around the objective area. Maybe some better smokes and frags could have done some more work there.
I'm looking at saving those frags on the west side for the very end push there. Directly on the objective would have been very valuable.
Yeah, and if you actually think about it, a nice airburst nade right up here on that corner gets you a lot. You can tag a guy crouching behind. You can tag a guy defending back there. You'll get maybe a dude. I mean, I'll have to toss a nade and have it blow up in the sky.
Third round beginning. It is actually only getting 2 kills in the last 2 rounds.
A little shaken after that loss on Suburbia.
Yeah. Now it's going to be an ice cream truck objective in the south of the map.
Only west.
I lie down behind the thing.
Looks like Gun's going to put their foot forward with 3 on the objective, or at least around it. Yeah, 3 directly on the objective. Wood's already taken down by STB House. Reservoir though. Already crossed the street.
Someone got me off.
Yeah, this objective's so easy to cap too. Cap around.
Wood's rezzed by Killinger. They're going upstairs, trying to catch people across the street. Smoyles gets a team kill onto Killinger. Rezzed again. Lots of team kills. Another shot coming out. I think onto Woods. Not sure who that was from. Shots from main market. Poop shoot over towards the objective. Don't tag anyone. Kent's on an interesting position here. Right on the open.
You don't have overlays up. I don't think you do.
Yeah.
They're in a really good position right now. Mob Squad already 2 across this street. I mean, you're feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty good with 2 across the street right there. You can do anything.
Easily might get taken out by Arsep on the west here, southwest. He's going to peek the corner. Peasley's got no idea. Beasley gets headshot by our Semper. Beginning to completely surround it here. It's 2v4. They've got guys on the north, they've got guys on the west, they've got guys on the south. Not looking good.
Four.
Very quiet into this 2-story. Killinger Smalls rather does actually manage to take down STB House, or rather Mr. Seds.
Is across the street, so House might be able to make something happen inside.
Look, House is going to try and go for Woods. He takes down Woods, but he gets tagged. Luckily not downed. Oh, it's only 3v5, 3v4 rather.
Oh boy, they lost that house right next to objective. That's one you don't want to lose.
Killinger goes there, taken down by Semper all the way in the south, all up to Smiles and Kensai now. Kensai peeks that, takes down Semper, killing him. Shots coming out on Smiles, Smiles goes down. Kensai, last man remaining on objective. Kensai gets flanked by STB.
Wow.
3-0 from Mob Squad. I didn't expect this for the second map.
On this map right now, they're well, that Marsoc push really nicely done, and they're playing very well on this Bazaar map. They're very coordinated.
Yeah, getting those guys across the street was huge at the very start of the round, as well as downing Woods, so Killinger had to move out just for a second, making sure he couldn't see anyone else crossing. So initially only got one across.
I mean, that angle too along that south side is really nice. I didn't even really realize you can see from back here inside objective building. You know, so that's how you lose one there, and it's just you can really coordinate a nice pinch if you can get this angle held back here. So a good job from Mob Squad.
Fourth round beginning. I want to see if Mob Squad can pull this off with another Volk victory, the second one this map, making it 4-0 for Mob Squad.
It's the east objective, boys. We're going south. Remember, yeah, 3 of us.
I mean, east objective. Peasley calls it out.
Yeah, and if we go back to the trend that we were having on, beginners have a chance here to kind of grab themselves a Marsoc dub. They've been playing very well. For sure. I'm sure they'll be going for kills.
They assume it was a quick spawn, actually rushed the north objective, north market with a nade and a flash. But unfortunately it was not a quick spawn.
Yeah, it's an evaluation of resources gained versus what you could potentially lose, or resources lost versus what you could, so kind of have to make that trade, but that's definitely something good for beginners.
Yeah, it's going to give away Arsenic's position there. They know there's going to be one in that north center market now, in that second floor, because there's nade and a flash there. Someone's going to be in there. They're going to nade and flash, then push back.
Very true. Almost like there's not even trying to go for that west side, though.
I think that's Kensai in the blue room. Nope, it's Semper with Kensai on the east side. Semper might get taken out by Kensai. He's playing really aggressive, pushing that doorway. He's still falling back though.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And because it's taken down. Yeah, I'm not sure if you caught that. I hope you did.
I did not. I was looking at the east side.
I was as well. Looks like it was Smalls that went down from Mr. Seds. Only 2 minutes into the rounds. No, that was Arsenic rather, not Mr. Seds. Valuable pick considering he's the suppression master. His SA-80 under his corpse. Wood's sitting on the scaffolding, waiting to see if others move up, I assume.
I just feel like this pace is maybe too slow against Mob Squad. Something a little bit more fast, a little more organized would be a bit more effective against these guys. I think giving Mob Squad time, though.
Much like the viewers said in chat, with only a minute left, there's really no time to go back, reposition. You have to be in position, you have to move forwards at this pace. You have no time to think about what you're doing.
Not in position, you're going to get kind of a clustery approach. Not really organized.
Was this just watching that north alleyway, hoping to catch anyone moving across? Looks like Mob Squad have actually surrendered the east sides. We've only got one guy watching the north. Our Semper fell back to outside the blue room.
Side, they're I mean, rightfully so, though. The entire team of beginners is over here on the east. Watching defense for what the beginners are trying to do.
As I said, might be trying to go for a frag on Wood City. He hears them in the blue room, but I don't think he knows he's quite deep in there. He throws an egg just outside the doorway, doesn't connect, and Woods falls back.
Interesting smoke from Sed.
Maybe to cover across the street and he'll go into blue room. Or maybe just a distraction. It's coming out on that east side from Poopachu.
One in the northeast.
Trying to get any picks he can on Kensai. And Woods, I believe that is. Poopachu fails and flashes himself.
Dude down right there on the corner.
Oh wow, I didn't see that. That was nice. I was coming out from beginnings on towards Mr. Seds.
Angle there. I'm gonna back off from it.
2v4 not looking good for beginners. I think Mob Squad are going to take this 4-0.
And now Killinger's gonna have to get across the dang street. And these guys gotta move.
Only 60 seconds.
Playing too slow. Yeah, I mean, smokes can totally throw off a plan.
Killinger's rushing into blue room. Oh, it's just up to Killinger now. The last member of beginners was taken down. I believe that was Peasley. We'll up to Killinger in this blue room now. Killinger might take down Arsting as he rushes through the north passageway. He misses. Everyone knows where he is now.
Here comes Seth.
Killinger said trade. Oh,
very good round. From Mob Squad, yeah, 4-0.
4-2 on Suburbia 1. I did not expect this. This means that beginners aren't going to be going to the finals. I think, if I've got the format correct. Mob Squad versus.
Yeah, I guess you're right. They won the two maps. It was a best of 3. I think. Are we even going to play the third one then?
I think we are. Yeah. Maybe. But we're going on to Downfall Escort again to discuss the map. Pop in their chat, see what they're saying.
Hoping we picked Downfall. I think that was the right call.
To celebrate, let's meet in the middle and throw a grenade.
Maybe not. Best of 3 appears that none of beginners are in the lobby.
Let's meet in the middle of the map.
Is this done? Just to check. Have you won? Is there no third map?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out.
Alright, it appears that it is done.
Okay.
Alright, good match to cast, guys. Good playing, guys. Very nice. Wow. So Mob Squad take their match, the first match of the day, going 4-2 to 4-0. I really expected it to at least go through, to a third map.
Me too.
I'm kind of speechless.
Oh, they're going to the finals. Mob Squad very nicely done. Or huh?
Yeah, I want to see how they turn out for the what's it called, the Invitational then. I don't think we're going to take that line down.
Kidding. Yeah, there's going to be some kind of some rivalry, if you will, fostering here with this and the Invitational against or at least this team losing to Mob Squad beginners. They're going to want to come back in the Invitational with a vengeance.
Huh.
Analyze the footage, try and learn something. I wonder if maybe even people are saving other plays for the Invitational.
They definitely are. No way they'd show everything just here, with the stakes much lower than the Invitational. Anyway.
Well, Mob Squad will be going to the finals on next weekend, next Sunday.
Who do you think's going to win the next match?
SMC Tactical and Globochem. This one, I expect 3 maps out of.
I expect 3 maps as well, but Globo coming out on top. That's my prediction.
Interesting. Big toss-up. Honestly, I think SMC Tactical could definitely come away with it. They're a very good team. And against Globo, I think that they will to pull out. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna put my bets on SMC Tactical, but I think is that game starting in 20 minutes? Is that correct, or are we starting in an hour and 20?
I'm going to check the times very quickly. Champion format details. That is starting in 20 minutes. Yes. Well, we will stop the stream for now. Then we'll see you guys in 20 minutes for the second match. See who's going to the finals. Been me and NightFiree.
Yeah, probably.
20 minutes.
End the night, guys. Today, rather, and we'll be back with SMC Tactical and Globochem.
Bye.